ask anybody in my life what one word describes me, they say sports. I have loved this game my whole life. And I'm doing this video because I love it too much to look the other way. Here's what I want you to understand before we go a single second further. This video is really not about the New England Patriots. The Patriots are just the clearest current example of something that keeps happening in sports, in business, in government, in any institution that gets powerful enough and rich enough and untouchable enough to believe the rules that apply to everybody else don't apply to them. The Patriot Way was their version of a motto. Every great institution has one. The Catholic Church had one. Penn State had one. Success with honor, literally their motto. Enron had one. Every company that ever collapsed under its own corruption had a motto about integrity hanging in the lobby. The motto is not the culture. The accountability is the culture. And when accountability disappears, the motto is all you have left. This is not about tearing down what you love. This is about understanding what you were actually watching. If you're a Patriots fan, I'm not here to take away what you saw Belichick and Brady build. That was real. The wins were real. The championships were real. This is not about erasing any of that. I did the homework. Let's go back to the beginning. The New England Patriots were founded in 1959 as the Boston Patriots. Billy Sullivan paid $25,000 for the franchise. For 34 years, a footnote. They went to the Super Bowl once, lost to the Chicago Bears 46-10. The Sullivan family ran the team into financial ruin. They pledged the stadium as collateral to finance the 1984 victory tour for Jackson 5. Victor Kim bought the team in 1988. A reporter named Lisa Olson was sexually harassed in the Patriots locker room. Kim publicly defended the players. James Orthwine bought it in 1992 with one intention: move it to St. Louis, rename it the Stallions. That man who stopped it, Robert Kraft. Born June 5th, 1941, in Brookline, Massachusetts, his father was a dress manufacturer. Mother wanted him to be a rabbi. Columbia University on scholarship, played football. He was a Harvard MBA in 1965, built one of the largest privately held paper and packaging companies in the United States. And he had been a Patriots season ticket holder since 1971. He loved this team. In 1985, Kraft bought a 10-year option on the land surrounding Sullivan Stadium. Not the stadium, the land around it. When the stadium went bankrupt in 1988, Kraft bought it for $22 million and now owned the building the Patriots played in. When Orthwine tried to move the team to St. Louis, Kraft refused to break the lease. Orthwine had no choice. He sold Kraft the franchise for $172 million in January of 1994. At that time, it was the most anyone had spent for an NFL franchise. He didn't just buy the New England Patriots. He engineered a situation where he was the only person who could. Maya Angelou said it best: when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Kraft showed you who he was in 1985. A man who, when he wanted something, made himself the only person who could get it. Quiet, strategic, patient. If that was his operating philosophy at the beginning, what do you think he became when the money multiplied by 1,000 and the power became nearly untouchable? People do not fundamentally change. They become more of what they already were. He didn't just buy the New England Patriots. He engineered a situation where he was the only person who could. Remember that. September 2007. The Patriots were caught videotaping the Jets' defensive coach's signals from their own sideline. The investigation revealed that they had been doing this across at least 40 games from 2000 to 2007. 40 games. 7 years. Commissioner Roger Goodell ordered the tapes destroyed before they could be fully examined. Senator Arlen Specter called it out publicly. The tapes were smashed. Fine, $250,000. Belichick personally fined $500,000. A first-round pick taken. Evidence destroyed. Internal consequence at the Patriots? None. During the 2015 AFC Championship game, investigators found that 11 of 12 Patriots game balls were underinflated. The Wells report found it more probable than not that Patriots employees deliberately deflated the balls and that Brady was at least generally aware. Brady destroyed his cell phone during the investigation. Kraft issued a statement of unconditional support for Brady. Two low-level equipment staffers were suspended indefinitely without pay. No senior staff member faced any internal consequence. Aaron Hernandez was drafted by the Patriots in the fourth round of the 2010 NFL Draft. Documented concerns existed pre-draft. Multiple failed drug tests at Florida, gang associations, erratic behavior. His coach at Florida told him to enter the NFL Draft early because he would not be welcomed back to the program. The Patriots drafted him anyway. In 2011, gave him a $40 million extension. June 17, 2013, Odin Lloyd was killed approximately 1 mile from Hernandez's home. Hernandez was arrested 9 days later. The Patriots released him 90 minutes after the arrest. He was convicted of first-degree murder in 2015, sentenced to life without parole. He died in his prison cell on April 19, 2017. Posthumously diagnosed with CTE, described as the most severe case ever seen in a person his age. Robert Kraft said he was duped by Hernandez. If the scouts did their job and all the information was in file, then duped is not the right word. And if they genuinely missed all of it, the scouting department failed catastrophically. Either way, somebody in that building should have answered for it. Nobody did. February 2019, Kraft was charged with 2 counts of solicitation at the Orchids of Asia Spa in Jupiter, Florida. The charges came as part of a larger investigation into establishments connected to a federal trafficking investigation. Police stated they had video recordings. The charges were dropped in 2020 after a Florida appeals court ruled the video evidence was obtained improperly. Kraft was never convicted. He has denied engaging in any illegal activity. That is the documented record. The larger question is not about the legal outcome. It is about what it says when the man branded as the gold standard of professional sport leadership was caught in that situation at all. The NFL fined him nothing, called it a personal matter. Look, that is the foundation. That is what was already built when Mike Vrabel walked through the doors of Gillette Stadium in 2025. And he said he wanted to build a culture of accountability. I want you to sit with that for a second before we go any further, because what happens next, starting right now in part two, is not just a personal scandal. It is the same machine running the same play, and this time you have the full context to see it clearly. Part two is where this gets personal. Part two is where the receipts are current. Part two is where you find out what we actually do with all of this. I'll see you there.